So this is review for your upcoming quizzes. You need to take that on Monday or Tuesday. You can use your notes as well as either printing the exponent list that I have on Google Classroom a few weeks back, or you can use a calculator. I'm going to use all fives in this example, in these examples, but obviously I'll ask questions with other numbers. It's just for simplicity's sake right now. And so first of all, you know all these to be true, or you could calculate them. The first thing you need to worry about is 5 to the 0. We know anything to the 0 power is 1. When you write it in logs, this is the one that says that. It would be like 5 to what gives me 1? Well, that would be 0. This says 5 to what gives me 0, and we know that that can't happen. So if you got that type of problem, cross it out. Write that it's not possible. So let me go through a few other examples. All right, here you would just be figuring out 5 to what exponent gives you 125, which would be 3. Here, a 5 to get a 25 would be 2, but because of this fraction, it's a negative 2 exponent. Here, same thing, a negative exponent. Now, this one confuses people a little bit, but it's really the same idea as this one. 5 to 25 was the 2, but the fact that it changed from a whole number to a fraction made it a negative exponent. So this would be the same thing. A fraction to a whole number is also a negative exponent, and it's still a 2, because you're still going from a 5 to a 25. These next two, you probably really like those type. When the base number and the big base number are the same, we just cross it out. Your answer would be what's left. Same thing over here. Okay, a few other properties. Remember, whenever there's an exponent here, we're allowed to move that exponent to the front of the problem. So it becomes 7 times whatever we get from this. And we know that this would be 5 to the third, gives us 125, so this whole thing equals 3. Then you take 7 times the 3, and that whole thing would equal 21. These next few are a little bit tougher. They require us to square root or maybe cube root or something like that. Here, to get from 25 to 5, I would be square rooting. Square root as an exponent is the 1/2. Here, to get from 625 to 5, that would be a 4th root. So normally it'd just be that. But because of this fraction, it's going to be a negative 1/4. Okay, now here, we know we can't get from 25 to 125, but both of them can come from a 5. So this is when we put a 5 down low. 25 to 5, that would be a square root. 5 to a 125 would be the 3rd power. Multiply those together. 3/2. Okay, we have a few more examples. These are a little bit tougher. And I know some of you don't have a calculator, but if you got this problem on the quizzes, and because you have multiple choice answers, even without a calculator, I think you could guess this one well enough to get it right on the test. So remember, you know 5 to the first is 5, 5 to the second, 25, 5 to the third, 125. Okay, the number 97 is not this big. It's close, so our answer should be an exponent that's not quite 3, which would be this one. Now, if they ask on the quizzes how you would have calculated that, again, if you have a calculator, because some of you don't, you divide the logs. So 97 goes here. The 5, because it's written down low, goes down low in the fraction. All right, sorry, moving over here. This was our one that was kind of new on Friday. It still has an exponent in here, 5 to the second. And I know 5 to the second is 25. So what that means is this should equal 25. And then you just do some easy algebra from there. Subtract 9 from both sides. Divide by 8. And there's your answer. Last thing. The majority of the problems on your quiz will look something like this, where you're just giving me the answer 2. But some of them might block out one of the numbers, and you're just supplying that. So here, see, we know this to be true. So here, that would just mean x is 5. Here, like that, x is 25. Okay, so again, careful, good luck on your quizzes. Have your notes, have your calculator, because you can only take the quiz once. Good luck.